Hello everyone, welcome to another Project Redstoneworld Devlog. My name is IJ and this is episode 21. This is part 2 of the previous devlog. This time we're focusing on Founding Island. Last episode was all about everything out west, and now this episode is everything that's gone on in Founding Island in the past 6 months since the last actual full devlog. We're not counting the 11 years since that was more broad and did not go into specific recent changes. So the reason why Founding Island has its own part is obvious. It's because there is way too much of a focus. God damn it. Okay, carrying on. I made sure that the server lockdown is on now. The reason why we have a part completely dedicated to Founding Island because we put way too much of a focus into work on it, and I mean, and that's more me, because Founding Island's my favorite sector, and it's the oldest. We go back a very long way, so it makes sense for me to have a close connection to it, and I don't know, there's something about it that I just really like. So, yeah, there's been a lot, and that part out there, that's kind of a gray area if you count Tower 2 and this part of the bridge and all that as Founding Island, because it's not on the island. So, I mean, this area could actually be considered a sector of its own. But it's this general area that we are covering today. So, first of all, I was just here. Of course, we have this sign that needs to go away still. I don't know why it's still here, but yeah, that should probably go away soon. I don't think there's been any big changes at spawn besides just bringing those letters back and correcting them. Now, when we go in, the first change, I always forget that there's like a second floor up there, but the first change is over here. Where this is not labeled, but you will be inserting a level 3 staff card. And that takes you to this little Founding Island control room, which I've always talked about. Now, there's a few controls here. So this tower alarm is going to actually get ripped from Half-Life 2. This is going to be the Citadel alarm. It's extremely loud, and it will be great for having a central tower, because I've always seen some relation there. We got to get rid of this missile. That is not supposed to be there. That's existence is just a spoiler. Since I'm talking about that right now, I am still not sure about the whole JI video. I'm gonna finish the script, but after that, do I make it a real thing? I don't know. Yeah, because I think that I should probably prioritize Redstoneworld work, and then maybe think about that, because it would be fun. Alright, anyways. Control room. Where the heck is it? I've lost it. Oh, wait, no, it's down here. It's down here. Okay, so that doesn't have a function. If I hit this lockdown function, though, there's no text messages for it yet, but right away, this door gate seals. This gate is gonna seal. It should seal. If I hit this, it should not open. Yeah, it does not open. The south gate. Oh, the south gate has its own alarm that goes off, and the south gate is sealed. And I believe the boathouse should seal too. Yeah, boathouse seals. Oh. Okay, it's just that piston that turns on. Alright, and then, I think that there's supposed to be a function. Okay, this is something that I needed. Okay, this is something that I forgot to implement. This hotel door is supposed to seal too. I'm glad I just saw that, because now I remember. Now, there's going to be an issue if I... Alright, does this have enough time to open if I... Okay, it's done. Alright, so we can... You got to be careful when you turn off the seal, because if you turn it off when those doors are auto-closing, Well, that's only if someone tries to open them. Anyways, so then here, these are bunker, evac, and lockdown controls, because that's a core part of Found. And out here, this is a tunnel that's going to transport you to the FI bunker. And there's a checkpoint door down here. I still got to make that. So that's what that is, and that's our little admin room. Now let's move into the FI bunker. If you notice down here, that sounds annoying. I've had to actually redo part of this weird 2012 tunnel here because it was hitting a part that was considered as in FI bunker. So if that reactor exploded and you walked in part of that tunnel, you would get radiation poisoning, and it would be really confusing. So that is fixed now. I don't think there's been any big changes to the entrance here or the admin room. The first big change, I think, over here, besides stuff that we'll go over later, is this whole area working. So here you would insert 2 emeralds, and it will give you a random room. So it gave us 1, which doesn't seem very random, but oh well. I did not feel like making all these signal lights function. Womp womp. But yeah, you just hold the room card and it opens, and you have light controls. And then some of these are further back. There's one room that's pretty nice, and that is room 5, and it's just slightly bigger than the other ones, and you get a double bed. So yeah, that's it's just luck there. And then when you return it, you get your money back. So it really just holds it. And the reason why it's like that, I mean, we want people to return rooms because that makes life a lot easier. So yes, please return your room. Otherwise, your room is going to end up having multiple owners when we inevitably go back and purge all the rooms. And then here, these are just some controls that we have here for some reason. I don't think that they're toggles. Yes, they're not toggles. So if you turn on that lockdown, this is just gonna lock down, and you cannot turn it off from there. So you better hope that you have master access to here, because otherwise, if you put it in lockdown and you don't have a way to open this door, you're gonna be trapped in here. And then I copy and pasted the bathroom from the guard barracks over to here too. So you get the 3 toilets, and you get the big bathroom too, which everyone in the bunker is gonna have to share. But remember, this is a mini bunker, so it's not as bad as something like the main bunker. And the main bunker, its hotel, has bathrooms in every room, so it works out. Here, before we go over all that, let's go into the green zone. Now, this hallway was all the way open before, now it is not. And now we have the cafeteria. So this is really similar to the Tower 1 cafeteria. You just walk in. It's a bit, we got the invisible item frames, you got signs, so it's a bit modernized, but really it's the same system. You get a bunch of food that I've chosen, and then there's some tables over here. And of course, you get the Feed Me More button. Alright, so I do not want to trigger that tripwire. So you'll notice that the hallway kind of goes on here. I originally had I had this area under construction, and this area, as much as this goes against my entire values of why I started continuing RW in the first place back many, many years ago, I think that this area is going to stay permanently under construction, and I'll explain why. So this is the RCorp rail, which was supposed to be a really fancy system. It was going to use this block display train that I would make, and it's like a pod, and you'd be traveling along these rails, and it would be a competitor to the, I don't know if competitor is the right word, but it would be an alternative to the U1 system, and you wouldn't actually have to pay for individual tickets. It would be a monthly subscription service that you would get charged every in-game month for, so that's 30 Minecraft days. And I started actually making some of the systems for that. But the bozo in charge of the rails themselves he's disappeared. So, and I do not really feel like making those rail routes. I mean, I would want the rail routes that were designed looked pretty cool. It was going all over, but I do not really want to go through the pain of making all these rails myself. As nice and cool as it would be, and it could compete with the trains of Bayville. No, it can't. Those are too great. But no, not happening. U1's fine. You got the classic minecart with the blocks left counter. Good enough. Now you may remember there was another room over here, and I started talking about last devlog, and by last devlog I mean last part. So episode 20. About these secret lore-related hideouts. Now, this one I do not think is a this isn't a JI hideout. It's IJ versus Herobrine, and the Catalyst approaches. But yeah, there's a little secret room there. Now, moving on. All right, I guess we will hit this next. So I think I mentioned this before, because this was actually in there before, this little, this button here, but there's now a button hunt, and some of them are ridiculously hard to find, so I'm just going to go through it all. So you have to go through here, and now you should be putting on your, radiation suit, because otherwise you're going to get hit badly, but oh well. So there's a button right here behind this banner, and if you hit that, you want to make sure that you see this message, because that means it's registered. Oh, and I need to show this place. So, I've talked before about the secret react tag, which you get if you are in the bunker when it explodes. It's basically your own kind of advancement. By the way, we've added a lot of advancements since then. Most of them are Tower 2 and Tower 3 related, but continuing on. So, once you get that tag, you can jump into this reactor without it killing you, which is what we're going to do. And before, this was just a white room, but now, this is the JI hideout. So this was, I don't think this was the first one this may have been the first one I ever made. But yeah, here you get part of the plan from that I showed in the last part, and here you get the 1 month of supplies chest. I can't show the author of that book because that's a spoiler. Shut up, me. Alright, and then here, this is where JI is actually hiding out. You get that one photo of Tower 1, and you get a lore book from him. And then there's a button here, and that's for the button hunt here. We can now close this and go back. I'm just gonna go through, because who cares about who wants to wait through that door again. And then you'd go into the green zone, and you have to open up this emergency exit, and one's right here, so you just have to stand under it and now go back through. And then the last part is in the armory here. Now, normally with the armory, to reach this lower part, you have to use the torch key over here to get access to the key card input to go down. I've decided, because that breaks the anti-grief. Anti-grief doesn't let you put stuff down when it's in the server version. There's also a button here that will also open it, and you can put in the security clearance, and that's gonna... I hope the elevator's here. Oh yes, it's here. Alright. So, I've showed this off before. This is the master gear area, which is stuff that regular players should not be having. But you can get it from here. And then that's a new area. So, to get access to that, here's the last button. And now, once you have found all 5 hidden buttons, it doesn't matter what order you do. That's just the order that I do, that I showed. You get this message, which tells you to go to the southern wall of the restricted section of the armory, which is right here. So this 4x4 will open for you now. And if you try to go into this room without having that message sent to you, it will teleport you away. We call it bookstore security here. The reason for that, you don't need to know. So here, you get some cryptic messages. And here is an actual render. I'm going to show that because it's nice. Except there's a line in the right part of it, because that's chunks that I did not include. but oh well. And here I tried to show where this hidden elevator is that you're going to have to take, but it did not come up in this image well. But anyways, you have to drop down here. It gives you some information, and it gives you this bunker access card. So what you're going to do with that, you're going to come into here in the green zone. Now you need to have a primary card for... You're actually going to want a level 3 card. Yeah, you need a level 3 card to access this area. So over here, you want to approach the no entry signs, and as long as you have this card in your inventory, this is going to open. It's going to make some alarms. You're going to want to go in. And now, you can only use this card once, so once you put it in, it's going to get destroyed. And this brings you down right to the worst case scenario area. Which, if you don't recall what that is, I'll show it. You put in your level 3 key card here. And this is the apocalypse bunker, basically. You can just stay in here till the end of time. This cake never expires. And then you have 2 options to leave. You can either take a train 3,000 blocks up north, or you can kill yourself now. And that's just up to the player to decide. So here, I'll show the rest of the greenstone content now. I filled up this room with the staff lounge here. This is not the staff lounge. This is a lounge. The staff lounge will be part of the admin room. I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, there's a little chill room here. And then down here, this is the green zone control room. So over here, you have a few controls. These are mainly to turn on and off farms here. And then here, these are a few security related ones. And I've showed the keycard center before. That is where you can convert RCorp security clearance into keycards and vice versa, and get free primary and master key cards. And then it exits out here by where that bunker is. And then here, okay, it's opening for me. This is the industrial zone of the green zone. So over here, this is the keycard center. I've talked about that already. Of course, if you use that lockdown thing for it, this will just, all the doors will close in it. And then over here, this is the storage room, which has now had all of its chests filled out. So yeah, this is all filled out. These are all farm products here. There's more farm products over here. And then these, I'll talk about this right now, I guess. These are from Founding Island. So you'll notice that there are some command blocks over here. And that means these are for ordering. That's just because I didn't really want to try to fit in the wiring here. I don't know if it's possible for me to actually fit in the wiring here. So yeah, I'm glad I did that. But these are just going to spawn a hopper, minecart hopper over here with one of the item that's needed in it. And it's going to, there's a little queue system here, and it will shoot over to the Founding Island storage. It will grab its contents, and it will return. And to make unloading fast so that the next one can go, it uses an instant unloader, so those items will come into here very quickly. So, moving on, here, there's something along there that I will show later. Let's go through all the farms that have been added. So, we already had all of these before. Oh, okay, that's very loud. Yeah, we had all the wheat, the beetroot, melons, all those. And the melons, you'll notice that light was off, so that's why none of them are harvest. But if they do get harvest, they're going straight to the incinerator, so that's why they're off. These ones should be off, I think, soon, but you can't really turn those off that well. But they won't run at night. That's just a feature with Redstoneworld and Founding Island in general. Here's the cocoa farm. Obviously, using command blocks, it just checks for when it's fully grown, and it uses a /fill to regrow them. Then over here, we have 2 bone meal farms. And that bone meal is being used in this tree farm which I built on Christmas Day while drunk. This tree farm, it consumes a lot of bone meal, so sometimes that's why I have this off. It's not because there's too many trees, it's just because these bone meal farms cannot keep up with just the certain amount that this uses up. And then it uses fireballs, so this can only run at day. And and there's a little IMS system here for it to fetch bone meal from storage. And then there's another thing here, so this will fetch wood from the tree farm, and it also cannot produce wood as fast as this consumes it, but this will turn wood logs into charcoal when active. And then several of these will be interacted with this IMS system for the cafeteria, so it will replenish itself. And then all the way down at the end of this hallway, this is the surface hatch of the green zone. So there's a little decontamination thing here. And then here's a 3x3 elevator. It'll take you up here. And once you go all the way up, it's a bit crammed here, and that's for a good reason. It actually takes you to this building over here. So this is the southern exit. And the reason why it's so crammed is because there's a rail right here. So this is just built right on top of that emergency rail. And you can go behind here and insert a level 3 tertiary card, and that will let you into the FI bunker. And hasn't been much else on here. This function now works. Lock and disable green zone admin room systems. That will lock the admin room, and that will put on all those systems. Like it'll turn off all the farms. It will disable the keycard center and service latch. And then over here, I will have to extend this part to include that rail. And then there's going to be another one that's coming from Tower 3 that I have to include in here. And then the last thing for the FI bunker, which really isn't in the FI bunker, but you know what I mean, the GES here. So all these rooms, I don't know what's going on with these rooms. I'm not going to bother with them. But where the changes happened is not down here, is up here. There is now a rail to the main bunker. So this will go all the way here, and it's going to latch onto this track right here and shoot you straight to the main bunker. Now, there's no trail that will take you back, and what was said before is that, oh, maybe, we would wait for the bunker expansion for that, but bunker expansion is no longer a release goal, so I don't know. I think this is fine. I don't know if that bunker expansion is even going to happen, to be honest, but I think it's fine how this is. And now here, these are all the trains. So there's three. There's one that'll take you to Tower 0, one to that south outpost that I showed, and one all the way to Tavish Town. And they're all U1 trains, so you'll get the blocks left counter when you go in them. Alright, I have to look, so edit this out. Alright, starting at the bridge over here. Now we're not in that part of Founding Island. We're in this weird eastern section that could be considered Founding Island, but can also be not considered Founding Island. Over here, we've got, this is where the 11-year photo took place. So that was in the 11-year video, and it's gonna be in the outro for this one. Now down here, I do not know if I've ever actually showed this, but down here, because this was all supposed to be secret, and then there was like a weird FBI raid on it, but if you've got the correct RCorp security clearance, you can get past the bookstore security and go into this secret underground area. Do not question what's in A1. Over here is where a lot of my money is stored, along with a book that says that. Great. And then he's got even more. But over here, this has been updated to have this really cool, like, abandoned look over here. It's, like, completely overgrown, but it looks sick. Like, you gotta crawl in through here, and a lot of the lights have been busted out, and there's ceiling panels falling out, and there's this little tree house now that's been grown in. Credit to Hellcat. So yeah, that's from April. That's a new creation. Yeah, this was supposed to be some. There's like supposed to be some sorting machine technical stuff in here, but that never got made. And that's from last summer. So if it wasn't made last summer, I doubt it's gonna get made this summer. Now, let's just go all the way up. There's no point in going through that elevator again. So this is one of these shops. I think this is like called the local natural shop before. Now it's this interesting triangular shape. I don't know. This was not my doing or my shop, but yeah, I mean it's not complete yet. It'll be interesting to see what that is in there. And then the club. Oh, that transition was pretty well. I don't know if it'll look as good on video, but so yeah, there's a bit here. I mean, the walls haven't been made, but I'm pretty sure that this is pretty done. Besides some stuff where I mean, honestly, if this is how it is, I can just put in some of those walls myself. That's an interesting shape down there. I'm not gonna worry about that. Then over here, this is this motel over here that I'm also not in charge of, but I did manage to fit in some of these key card readers down here. So I don't know how you purchase in here, but if you do, these rooms will work. But I mean, like I said, that's not my project. And then here you'll notice there's one last addition over here right at the edge of the bridge. Now this is the armory, and it looks like, yeah, I don't know why that piston's there. Now this armory, its insides has not been made yet, but there is a crazy combo needed to get into it. How the heck? Okay. Alright, so you hit that. You hit that. And then you hit that. And then you hit it again. And then you hit that. Okay, so now that part's complete, then you hit this. And then it'll open up these stairs, and this actually takes you inside of the bridge, and this is where the armory of the bridge will be. We still have to do that. And now to close this, you're going to want to take this one off first, and then take this away. Yeah, that looks good. I think that makes sense. Alright. And now, for the last bridge addition here. Now, this was, I showed this before, this was the wedding plot. I really just call this the nature plot now. But this is beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. We've got this tree finished now, and we've changed the biome on it so that you got this lush green color. Now there's still this wedding area. You still have to do we still have to do the center thing over here. I don't know what what the name of that actually is, but yeah, that still needs to get done. This is the area for that though, but everything else is just nature in general. There's a little house up here that was built as part of the builder behind this Hellcat. He did these home speed runs, so this was done really quickly. Oh, there's a little attic too. Yeah, it's nice. And then there's a picnic area over here. And then over here in this bar area, if you have any interaction with this, there's a secret area, which I can't access. Okay, this is... Hang on. Alright, we're in it now. Here, you got a drug lab down here. Great. Alright, let's go up. And now, that leads us to the RTC. And yes, that's what it's getting called now. We're not calling it Tower 2. We're not calling it Tower 3. This is the RTC. So this is probably going to take up a while. That's why I'm glad I did not put any of the West Wing stuff in this video, because we've got a lot to yap about in Fountain Island. There has been a lot of changes. Part of me feels like we should have a part 3 just for Tower 2, and I think this this video recording would like that. Yeah, shoot. Oh no. Alright. You know what? That's what we're doing. Okay, I have decided to split this video into a third part, because realistically, I started talking about the stuff for Tower 2 and Tower 3, and that time limit got way too long for that. So yeah, the third part of this video is going to be all about those two right there. So I'm just going to call this video with being just the bunker stuff and the bridge stuff, and we'll carry on for then. So I'm going to release that part, really soon after. I may do it immediately because I'm going to record that Tower 2 part right after, because I mean I already just started doing it and then realized, oh, it got way too long. So yeah, I will see you guys then, and have a good one. Goodbye.